Ghee itself is quite high priced. So we understand how could they source such a cheap ghee? And later, after a few months, when we're all wondering, maybe we don't know how could they achieve it. So we don't know they had sourced out from somewhere from Delhi, Gajava, somewhere in UP. Delhi or part of Delhi. Maybe we don't know. Maybe someone is there. Maybe they said we don't know. But they said people were complaining regularly, smelling of something which is not the usual prasad. A lot of times people used to come to me and they said, see what's happening. Maybe you have to put for us some kind of lab testing. There are many things, such things. I thought no one would be dare to violate, play with this kind of sentiments. I thought of it, but we didn't give I was looking at other things in TTD. But when this particular issue came, when the new EO came, we looked at it. I said, we want to revive the TTD board. Whatever had been TTD, a lot of mismanage had been done, misappropriation of funds had been done. They started a thing called Srivani Trust. And they don't know what these guys had done under I think TTD chairman was Mr. Subbareddy Garu, and EO was Mr. Dharma Reddy. So we have been consistently raising our concerns regarding the quality of prasad and regarding the functioning of TTD itself, and of course other dharmic issues. But these guys, when we formed the government, and I said we want to revive, we want to go back to. Then we sent samples, and we realized that this is animal fat, fish oil, and of course amount of beef fat and pig fat, fish oil, elements of both these things are there, all these three. And we are quite hurt, quite in a state of shock. And people have taken it for granted to play that kind of games. Here it is, when people have no commitment and no value and no respect for the sanctity of a temple, and if they take charge, this is what exactly happens. In the name of politicking, they went for some substandard things, and that's the result of it. And on the top of it, there is a lot of. It's not just about prasad today. Maybe there were a lot of liquors were supplied, non-vegetarian was supplied, and people were having parties there. And someone raises that voice, it will be with that muscle power they used to keep them down, and all these things came out. I think there's a high time. That's the reason today morning I tweeted. I think there's a high time everyone should come together. It's not about one prasad today. It's definitely striking its heart. I think we have to, because when governments and boards are not acting well, there should be some other monitoring mechanism in India, in Bharat. It should be Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board is the order of the day. It is very essential. That's what I feel. Because any kind of desecration happens to idols. The sanctity of the temples not been maintained, like TTD Prasad and all. And whatever the Agama Shastra says, the practices, the devotional practices, the method you pray, when they're not being practiced, I think a lot of mere political employments come into the picture. So there should be, I feel, the reason I had proposed for Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board is essential. The reason was, when you leave it to the political groups, there is more such incidents are likely to happen on a regular basis, which to thwart it and to find a permanent solution or to find a permanent method to mitigate, I think Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board, I think we should constitute. Maybe I'll speak to my cabinet and Hon.Dy.CM CM also. I think I think I'll take it forward, this particular concept. And if you look at it, a lot of revolutionary concepts came under the leadership of Sri CBN Garu. And in the same manner, I think we will constitute something like Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board is essential. It is order of the day, and I'll take it up in the next meeting, in cabinet meeting, and with my colleagues and the Honorable CM.
Sir, across the state we are having a lot of temples. Are we going to initiate any such type of committees?
I think we should, because none should, even in Pitapuram, they have desecrated temples. They have destroyed the idols. Around to my knowledge, I think it varies, but as I know, I can remember around 219 to around 300 temples were desecrated. And the radhams were burnt out. The idols were desecrated. A lot of, see, for every place of worship, irrespective, it's a mosque, it's a church or a temple, you have to maintain the you have to maintain the sanctity of that. You cannot desecrate that part. So the problem is when temples are being attacked, it is the fundamental responsibility of every political leader, irrespective of which faith you belong to. If something happens to mosque, I would like to raise my voice. If something happens to a church, I would like to raise my voice. If something happens to the temple, I think I should raise my voice. So this kind of approach had to be, this kind of consciousness had to be awakened. I think it is very essential for the integrity of our nation. I think which has been neglected. I think it's a high time. I think we should put an end to it, and we find a kind of method to mitigate such situations.
So what's the Janasena stance on the one nation?
It is not just about Janasena. Maybe every average